On my common sense crusade, we won't shy away from any difficult topics, any of those areas that the mainstream media tends to shy away from or deflect from. However, I did not intend for my first show to be focused on the crimes of the established church. The Church of England and I have a torrid past, but it would be remiss of me not to raise this subject. In fact, I have been one of the most vocal challengers of abuse in terms of Pakistani Muslim rape gangs, following in the footsteps of the brilliant Maggie Oliver, raising the important conversation that many others would sweep under the carpet for the sake of diversity. But the abuse of children is the greatest evil there is. And I would be a hypocrite if I talked about the abuse perpetrated by the so-called religion of peace if I didn't also address the problem on our own doorstep. The Church of England released a report this week highlighting the fact that it has discovered hundreds of new cases of abuse of children and vulnerable adults by clergy, church officers and volunteers. The review found 383 cases relating to abuse that the church says require further attention. 168 relate to children and 149 to vulnerable adults. There were outcries from some abuse survivors who say they feel betrayed because they say that after they weren't included in the report, they were left out because their cases were not the cause of concern category marked by the report. This is a great shame, and a reason the church conducted this review is because what they're calling PCR2 or Past Cases Review 2 is because the last review, PCR1, conducted back in 2008 and 2009, was found to be insufficient. Files were found to have gone missing, protocols were not followed consistently, if at all, and there were serious shortcomings in the implementation of the report in 7 dioceses. These are the church's own admissions. The report shares anger, frustration and criticism of many survivors and victims over the experiences that they endured. In an institution obsessed with safeguarding, how does this continue to happen? Perhaps the overemphasis on bureaucracy, filling in the right forms, has taken over the human element of looking out for people. The church is due a reminder that the people within it have a care of duty over all of God's people. A priest's main obligation is to care for the cure of souls within his parish, to pray for them, to support them pastorally, and to offer spiritual direction. There are so many truly wonderful clergymen up and down the country providing sustenance for the soul through the most blessed sacrament. However, there's a wicked minority of evil infiltrators who are letting the side down. If just one person is put off from attending church due to this scandal, that is one too many. Our job is to bring people closer to Christ, not to drive them away. Shame, I say. The established church, much like the church in Rome, needs to clean up its act. I say that out of love. I love the church. Ultimately, it is a force for good. But like all institutions, it is made up of individuals. And as individuals, we are fallen. We are all fallen. The church as a body needs to work better. It needs to work harder on rooting out the rot. And that starts with discipline. Discipline of culture, discipline of theology, and discipline of liturgy. Safeguarding isn't a box-ticking exercise. It's a way of life. And if we live lives in Christ, safeguarding is a natural byproduct. The church owes it to all the people it has done harm to over the years to do better. The church was quick to implement recommendations from their racially charged Lament to Action report. It must do the same with PCR2. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also.